Have you ever felt the agonizing pull of empathy, a relentless current dragging you under the weight of others' emotions? Perhaps you've sacrificed your own needs, your very self, on the altar of pleasing everyone, only to find yourself hollowed out, adrift in a sea of exhaustion and resentment. This isn't weakness. It's a profound paradox of the empathic soul. It's a journey many undertake, a path paved with good intentions yet leading to a desolate emptiness. Carl Jung, the visionary psychologist, understood this internal struggle better than most. He saw not a failure, but a crucial initiation into the depths of the psyche, a necessary descent into the shadows before the ascent to wholeness. In this exploration, we'll delve into Jung's profound insights to understand this paradoxical experience of the empath and uncover the transformative power hidden within the seemingly dark night of the soul. Prepare to unearth the secrets of your own individuation, a journey towards a self that is both fiercely compassionate and powerfully sovereign. The awakening of the empath, the initial shattering, often arrives as a dawning realization. Your profound sensitivity, once perceived as a gift, is actually a survival mechanism honed in an environment demanding self-sacrifice. This is the wound of self-annihilation, the insidious erosion of the self in the relentless pursuit of external validation. Jung would see this as the persona, the social mask, beginning its inevitable unraveling. The ego, clinging to the familiar identity of the selfless helper, feels threatened, confused. It's as though a ship, long accustomed to navigating by the stars of others' needs, suddenly finds its compass spinning wildly. This initial disorientation is not a failure, but a crucial stage of the individuation process, Jung's term for the journey towards wholeness. Think of your psyche as a vast ocean. The familiar shore of your persona is receding, revealing the turbulent depths below. The initial fear and confusion are the waves crashing against the vessel of your ego, threatening to capsize it. This is not a sign of weakness, but the necessary breakdown before a profound rebuilding. The realization of truth, the next phase, often involves a shattering realization. True love isn't earned through self-sacrifice. The empath, accustomed to pouring themselves out for others, now confronts the stark reality of their depletion. Dreams may become more vivid, symbolic representations of this internal upheaval. They might reveal the crumbling of boundaries, the disintegration of the false self built upon the foundation of pleasing others. Jung would interpret these dreams as messages from the unconscious, a language of symbols that speaks directly to the soul. The unconscious, a vast repository of repressed emotions and experiences, is now pushing to the surface. This is not chaos, but the raw material of transformation. The ego, still clinging to its old strategies, struggles to make sense of this internal turmoil. It's a battle between the familiar and the unknown, between the persona and the emerging self. The death of the false self, the pain and emptiness that follow are profound. It's the death of the ego as it knew itself. The ego that believed love could only be attained through self-annihilation. This is not literal death, but a symbolic one, a crucial shedding of the old skin. Jung describes this as a necessary death of the ego, a process of dismantling the self that is no longer serving the soul's true purpose. This is a period of profound grief, a mourning for the loss of the identity that once defined you. It's the emptying of the vessel to make space for something new, something authentic. The darkness you encounter is not an enemy to be fought, but a womb from which a new self will be born. Embrace the void, for it is within this fertile emptiness that the true self will begin to emerge. The rebirth of self. From the ashes of the old self, a new possibility arises. This isn't a sudden transformation, but a gradual, painstaking process of rebuilding. Imagine a phoenix rising from the flames, not instantly glorious, but slowly regaining strength, feather by feather. The initial emptiness gives way to a tentative sense of self-discovery. This is a time for introspection, for exploring the neglected parts of yourself, the desires and passions that were sacrificed at the altar of others' needs. Journaling can be invaluable during this phase, a way to articulate the swirling emotions and begin to understand the patterns of self-sacrifice. Therapy, particularly Jungian analysis, can provide a supportive framework for navigating this complex inner landscape. The therapist acts as a guide, helping you decipher the symbolic language of your dreams and uncover the unconscious motivations that drove your previous behavior. Rediscovering boundaries. A crucial aspect of this rebirth is the establishment of healthy boundaries. This means learning to say no without guilt, to prioritize your own needs alongside those of others. It's about recognizing that you are not responsible for the feelings or actions of others. Their emotional well-being rests with them, not you. This can be challenging, especially for empaths who are deeply sensitive to the emotional states of those around them. It requires conscious effort and practice, a gradual unlearning of ingrained patterns of self-effacement. Visualize setting up invisible walls around your energy, protecting your emotional space from undue influence. This is not about becoming uncaring or insensitive, but about creating a healthy distance that allows you to maintain your own equilibrium while still offering genuine compassion. Embracing imperfection. The journey towards wholeness is not about achieving perfection, but about accepting imperfection as an inherent part of the human condition. The old self strived for unattainable ideals, seeking validation through external sources. The new self embraces its flaws, understanding that vulnerability is not weakness, but a source of strength. It's about acknowledging your limitations without judgment and celebrating the unique tapestry of your experiences, both positive and negative. This includes accepting moments of self-doubt and fear, recognizing them as natural parts of the growth process rather than signs of failure. Self-compassion becomes a vital tool, offering kindness and understanding to yourself in the face of challenges. This acceptance allows for a deeper connection with your authentic self, free from the pressure of external validation. The journey is one of self-acceptance, not self-improvement in the conventional sense. It's about integrating all aspects of yourself, the light and the shadow, the strengths and the weaknesses, into a unified whole. The goal isn't to erase the past, but to integrate it into a richer, more nuanced understanding of who you truly are. Forgiving yourself and others. A cornerstone of this transformative process is forgiveness. Forgiving yourself for past mistakes and forgiving others who may have hurt you. This isn't about condoning harmful actions, but about releasing the resentment and anger that bind you to the past. Holding on to these negative emotions only perpetuates the cycle of suffering, preventing you from moving forward. Imagine the weight of these emotions as heavy stones you've been carrying. Forgiveness is the act of gently placing those stones down, freeing yourself from their burden. This may require journaling, meditation, or even professional guidance to explore the root causes of your resentment and to develop compassion for both yourself and those who have wronged you. Remember, forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. It's an act of self-liberation, a crucial step in reclaiming your emotional well-being. Forgiveness is a process, not a destination. It's okay to have setbacks and to revisit these feelings as needed. Be patient with yourself, acknowledging that the healing journey is not linear. It's a winding path with ups and downs, and that's perfectly all right. Cultivating self-compassion. Self-compassion is more than just being kind to yourself. It's about treating yourself with the same understanding and empathy you would offer a close friend facing similar struggles. Imagine a friend confessing their flaws or failures. You wouldn't berate them, but offer comfort and support. Extend that same kindness to yourself. When you stumble or make a mistake, instead of engaging in self-criticism, acknowledge your imperfections with acceptance and understanding. Practice self-soothing techniques such as mindfulness meditation, deep breathing exercises, or spending time in nature. These practices help you connect with your inner peace and cultivate a sense of self-acceptance. Engage in activities that bring you joy and nourish your soul. This could be anything from painting to gardening, reading to hiking, anything that reconnects you to your authentic self and helps you feel grounded. Redefining success. The journey towards wholeness involves redefining your understanding of success. The old self likely measured success based on external validation, striving for achievements that aligned with societal expectations rather than personal fulfillment. The new self, however, defines success based on inner peace, personal growth, and authentic self-expression. This means shifting your focus from external accomplishments to internal well-being. Success becomes about aligning your actions with your values, living a life that resonates with your soul, and fostering meaningful connections with others. It's about embracing your unique talents and passions, and using them to create a life that is both fulfilling and meaningful. This may involve making significant life changes, such as changing careers, ending unhealthy relationships, or pursuing long-forgotten dreams. These changes can be daunting, but they are essential for creating a life that is aligned with your true self. Remember, the path to wholeness is a journey of self-discovery, not a race to a predetermined destination. Embrace the process, celebrate your progress, and never lose sight of your inner compass. Embracing imperfection. The pursuit of wholeness often clashes with the societal pressure to project an image of flawless perfection. We're bombarded with unrealistic ideals of beauty, success, and happiness, leaving us feeling inadequate when we inevitably fall short. This relentless pursuit of perfection breeds self-criticism and fuels a cycle of negativity. The path to wholeness, however, embraces imperfection as an integral part of the human experience. It's about accepting our flaws, vulnerabilities, and limitations without judgment. Think of a beautifully crafted ceramic bowl. Its imperfections, its unique irregularities, are what give it character and charm. Similarly, our imperfections, our scars, and our vulnerabilities are what make us unique and resilient. They are not weaknesses to be hidden or overcome, but rather aspects of ourselves that add depth and meaning to our lives. Instead of striving for an unattainable ideal, focus on self-acceptance, celebrating your individuality, and embracing the beauty of imperfection. This involves letting go of the need for external validation and learning to find self-worth from within. Cultivating gratitude. A powerful tool in the journey towards wholeness is cultivating a consistent practice of gratitude. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, fostering a sense of appreciation for the good things in our lives, both big and small. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending that everything is perfect. Rather, it's about acknowledging and appreciating the positive aspects amidst the difficulties. Start a gratitude journal, noting down 3 things you're grateful for each day. These could be anything from a sunny day to a loving relationship, a delicious meal to a moment of quiet reflection. Regularly expressing gratitude helps to rewire your brain, shifting your perspective from negativity to positivity. It strengthens your resilience, making you better equipped to cope with adversity. It also fosters a deeper sense of connection with yourself and the world around you, enriching your overall well-being. Take time each day to consciously reflect on the things you appreciate. This simple act can have a profound impact on your emotional state and contribute significantly to your overall sense of well-being. Consider the people in your life, the opportunities you've been given, and the simple pleasures you often take for granted. Actively expressing gratitude, whether through journaling, verbalizing it to others, or simply taking a moment to reflect on your blessings, enhances your emotional resilience and contributes significantly to your journey of wholeness. Setting boundaries. A crucial aspect of reclaiming your emotional well-being is learning to set healthy boundaries. This involves protecting your physical, emotional, and mental energy by saying no to things that drain you and saying yes to things that nourish you. It's about recognizing your limits and respecting them. This might involve limiting your exposure to toxic people or situations, prioritizing self-care, or delegating tasks you don't have the capacity to handle. Setting boundaries is not selfish. It's an act of self-preservation. It's about creating space for yourself to heal, grow, and thrive. Think of boundaries as a protective shield, safeguarding your well-being from external pressures and negativity. Learning to assertively communicate your boundaries is essential. This involves clearly and respectfully expressing your needs and limits without feeling guilty or apologetic. Practice assertive communication in low-stakes situations before tackling more challenging ones. Remember that setting boundaries is an ongoing process, requiring consistent self-awareness and mindful decision-making. It's about protecting your energy and prioritizing your well-being so you can fully embrace the journey towards wholeness. Self-compassion. Alongside setting boundaries, cultivating self-compassion is paramount. This involves treating yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and patience you would offer a dear friend struggling with similar challenges. We're often far more critical of ourselves than we are of others, perpetuating a cycle of self-judgment and negativity. Self-compassion involves acknowledging your suffering without judgment, recognizing that you're not alone in your struggles, and offering yourself kindness and encouragement. Imagine a friend confiding in you about a setback. You wouldn't berate them. You'd offer support and understanding. Extend that same compassion to yourself. When faced with setbacks or failures, practice self-soothing techniques such as mindful breathing, listening to calming music, or engaging in activities you find comforting. Challenge negative self-talk by replacing critical thoughts with more compassionate and supportive ones. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm such a failure," try, "This is difficult, but I'm learning and growing." Self-compassion isn't about self-indulgence. It's about treating yourself with the same empathy and understanding you'd offer someone you care about deeply. It's a powerful tool for building resilience and fostering a healthier relationship with yourself, paving the way for greater emotional well-being and a stronger sense of self-worth. Regularly practicing self-compassion, even in small ways, can significantly impact your emotional landscape, transforming your inner critic into a supportive friend. This inner shift allows you to navigate challenges with greater grace and resilience, fostering a deeper sense of peace and acceptance within yourself. Remember, self-compassion is a journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself as you cultivate this essential aspect of emotional well-being. In conclusion, embracing both assertive boundary setting and self-compassion are crucial for cultivating emotional well-being and achieving a stronger sense of self. By consistently practicing these skills, you empower yourself to navigate life's challenges with greater resilience, self-acceptance, and inner peace, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and authentic life journey.